You'll have delicious, flavorful chicken. Oh, fuck's sakes. Excuse my language. From A to Z, I'm going to take you through how to make a delicious spatchcock turkey, from brining, trimming, seasoning, and of course, cutting and serving. This is Danielle Bennett, Diva Q, and this is my spatchcock turkey. It's all about moisture and all about flavor, and this is why I love to brine all things turkey. This is one of my all-time favorite kits for a lot of reasons, and in fact, I hoard these kits throughout the year because I make turkey year-round. The kit comes pre-measured, so it's super simple, super convenient. Grab a pot of water, bring it up to a simmer, grab your kit, open it up. It's got your rub kit in there, and it's got your brine. So why a brine? Well, a brine does a couple things. First of all, because we've added all the spices in there, it's got lots of flavor. So big, boosted, amped up flavor on your turkey. Secondly, and the most important part for me, it's all about moisture. See, turkeys tend to dry out really quickly. So what we want to do is we actually want to get all this salt and flavor infused water into your turkey. And basically what it does, gives you a moist bird. All right, it's you versus the bird. That's what it is. It's you versus the bird time, which means we're gonna spatchcock this bird. I have spatchcocked thousands of turkeys, and you know what? Sometimes it's a bit of a challenge. So we're gonna work through it today. So start off with your beautiful turkey. Now here's the thing. Bigger is not always better. Let me give you a tip first and foremost. Pick a bird that isn't 25 pounds, okay? It's a lot easier to spatchcock. 9 to 15 pounds is usually my go-to. Flip your bird over. Put your legs towards you, okay? And the reason is that we're gonna give this a roadmap in where we would be cutting. It's really important that you understand that we're gonna be cutting out the backbone. Now, why do we do this? One simple reason, ease of cooking. You're gonna cut down the cooking 25 to 30%. In addition, because we're using this Mac Daddy Traeger grill right behind me, you're also gonna get the best skin ever. So here's how we do it. Grab yourself a sharp knife. Follow along each side of the spine. Grab yourself a pair of scissors. Now, here's the deal. This is not easy. A turkey is a lot harder to cut than a chicken. And you're gonna wanna follow along those cut lines. And you're gonna have to put some muscles in it. It's okay. And take your time. Now, once you got that one side done, come to the other side, cut off this little bit here. Now, any of these little remnant bits, okay, little parts, one of the key things is that you want to hold on to these. Don't chuck these out. Keep these to create the best ever turkey gravy. So put those to the side. Grab your edge. Oh, satisfying crunch once again. Oh, I love that sound. Just like that. And there's always this bone, honest to goodness, it ticks me off. But you know what? Usually I just pop it out. Just like that. Don't be ashamed if you have to get some scissors in there to crack it out, and then come up to the top. Now, once you get all this bit out, this is once again gonna help make the base of a really good turkey stock. When you have the bird sort of open like this, you're gonna notice you have a lot of excess fat. Grab all that excess fat in your hands, throw it to the side. Next, before we flip the bird over, this little apex right here, really important. Grab your knife, do a little cut. Just like that. Squish it down. Now, take your bird, flip it over. Make sure you press again. Crack it. Nice and neat. Make sure it's all laying super flat, just like this. Take your wingtips, tuck them behind. One of the things is if you tuck it right behind, you're gonna have much more moist meat. Lift up your legs. Make sure there's no excess fat or skin. If there is, go in with your scissors, do a bit of trim work, and that is how you spatchcock a turkey. So once you have your turkey all spatchcocked, your brine is completely cooled down. Here's the deal. This has got to fit in there with the brine. It's got to be covered. Now, I've got a really large pot here, and you might not have a pot that is as big as my pot is. So one of the things you might want to do is grab a cooler. You may want to grab a bucket. Make sure you sanitize it first, please, for all food safety reasons. And basically one of the key things is it has to be able to be kept cold. So whether you're keeping it in the fridge, adding ice to it, you gotta literally follow some food safety rules for that one. So here's our turkey. My hands are kind of covered with the brine a little bit. So you're gonna take your turkey and you're gonna carefully get it in that pot. So I'm gonna move the pot over a little bit. The most important thing is that the breast and the bigger parts have got to be submerged, okay? So you may have to untuck your wings a bit, okay, just to keep them going in there. But your breast needs to be submerged. And if your tips of your legs kick out, it's okay. Because like nobody's gonna eat these little knobby parts at the end. This is where you have to go and put it in the fridge. 1 hour per pound is a really good ratio. Also, here's another deal. If you go into a fridge with this, make sure it's on the bottom shelf. All poultry really needs to be kept on the bottom shelf for safety's sake. No drippage. All right, so our beautiful spatchcocked turkey has been brined appropriately. And now we've taken it out of the brine, and you'll notice that there's some peppercorn, some things that are still sticking to it. You don't need to rinse it, but you do need to wipe it off a bit. You don't want anybody chomping into a peppercorn, like seriously, okay? Now, when it comes to how to season your bird, it's not complicated, it really is not. We're gonna go with the Traeger rub. You can also use the one that comes with the kit. Maybe you have a family recipe you like, but I'm a big fan of the Traeger rub. I love the texture of it because I think it soaks into the meat really well. And really, I love the flavor. After you get all the wiping off done, get all the peppercorns gone to your tray, grab your rub of choice. So you'll notice something. I'm actually starting with the turkey skin side down. Skin side down is how we season first because the other side, it's the presentation side. And we want this to be a good looking bird. So I always try to season the bone side first. Generously come in and season. I don't find that you have any need for oil because remember there's tons of moisture from the brine on there and we just patted it dry. Lots of seasoning. Remember this is a very large cut of bird and we want to get it really super flavorful. All right, super generously seasoned. And then grab your legs. Here's a tip. Just flip it over, just like that. So super flavorful, come on in. And remember, you eat all sides, so make sure you turn it up and season all sides. So like lift the wings up, lift the legs up, all the bits. Now, by this time you should have your grill going at 275 degrees. Conveniently, there's a turkey blend pellet, kind of works. It's got lots of delicious flavoring and seasoning. While your seasoned bird is ready, let's talk temperature, shall we? We do not want to overcook this bird. I want a beautiful, moist, properly cooked bird consistently every time. So I'm gonna grab a digital thermometer, the meter probe. You gotta put it in the thickest part of the breast. When you put it in the thickest part of the breast, you wanna go in on a bit of an angle. You don't wanna go straight up and down because you're gonna hit the bone. So come into the top of the breast, pierce it through, and then here's what I always do. You'll notice I put it all the way through. It's touching the bone right now. So then pull it out, and here's a little visual aid. You then know you want to go about halfway down. There we go. It's been inserted properly. It's a good learning tool about where you want to put it on the breast, and this will give you an accurate measurement on your phone, of course, on the app. Makes it pretty simple. So we've got our turkey all seasoned up. I've got my meter probe in there. It's time to go to the grill. Lift your bird up, get a little bit of a turkey workout while you're here. Come on over to the grill. We are smoking, everybody. And we've got some goodness going on, okay? So 275 degrees, grab your bird, go to the grill. If you do a little squishy squish on the way, go back and grab your can. Season them up again, just to make them look pretty. Make sure everything's sitting nice, the meter probe's in there. Close the lid. Pretty easy. So how long is it gonna take to cook? Well, one of the benefits of using that meter probe is the fact it's got predictability on it. A meter probe is really good for giving you an estimated time of doneness, in addition to be able to monitor it on your phone so you don't have to be lifting the lid constantly. Typically that temperature is 165 degrees, internal temperature in the thickest part of the breast. And honestly, typically at that point as well, your thighs are already at 180 degrees Fahrenheit. So those are basically the two temperatures. One of the key things for me though, is that when my turkey gets right up at above about 162 degrees, I'll pull my turkey off because I've got 3 degrees of carryover temperature. That's it. And basically the turkey is just gonna continue to get up in temperature 3 more degrees. Pretty simple. All right, this little magical bottle is one of my favorite barbecue tools. It is a spritz bottle full of apple juice. I like to spritz my turkeys regularly. It helps literally attract more smoke, gives better coverage overall, and better texture. So all you wanna do is about every 25 to 35 minutes, open up the grill, give it a quick spritz all the way across. That's it, really. Doesn't take long at all. Keep your apple juice right here on the side of the grill so it stays room temperature. Close it, done. All right, let's talk perfect turkey taking off tool. This is my favorite spatula. I love it. It's the big spatula from Traeger. Our turkey is done, everybody. Time to get it carved up. So we're gonna take it off the grill first. Oh, look at that, one-handed. Pop that on a cutting board, close your grill, and here's the deal, really important. Take your meter out, put it to the side, it's done its job. We knew exactly when this turkey needed to be taken off the grill. Leave your turkey. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, open, nice warm day, okay. Great texture on skin. We don't want to cover it in foil too tightly. If you're in a cooler area, put it in a warmer location and just tent it with foil. But we want to keep this lovely and crunchy. All right, we've got our beautiful turkey resting. It's getting, all the juices are redistributing all over it. And the next part of this, it's all about carving. Carving a turkey doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to be intimidated by it, but here are some really best practices that I've used for years on how to carve a turkey properly. Now, when it's spatchcocked, the turkey is actually a lot easier to carve right from the get-go. So first thing you wanna do, take the leg, lift it up, go right behind with the knife. And as you can see, it should come apart really easily. Flip it over, and you're gonna cut in between the leg and the thigh, right there. I've got a platter over here. Pop those on for now. I'm gonna do that to the other leg, right behind the thigh again. Flip it over. Got another beautiful leg right there. Another beautiful smoked, gorgeous, delicious thigh. And then you've got this big part to deal with. This is where people get kind of intimidated, and you don't have to be. Take your knife, go behind the wing. Cut right there. Lay your knife down and then just pull that apart. You can actually see it pulls right off the joint. Super simple, right there. And then all you have to do is take your knife, go right through. That's a whole wing. Beautiful, okay? Then come in on the other side. Once again, come up on the breast just a little bit. Once again, pull it apart, and you can see the joint pulls right apart right there. Come in with your knife. Done again. Take this bottom part and discard it or save it for soup, okay? Got our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful wings there, right there. Everybody loves a good turkey breast. So here's how I do it. Come with your knife, go down one side, turn this around, go down the other side. So basically what you've done is you've just removed that center bone, okay, right there. Just put it to the side for now. Then what you wanna do is you come through, and I've got a boning knife for this, take it off of the bones right there and get rid of them. That's then a whole breast completely taken off. Once again, take it off the bones, pull it off to the side. And then what you're left with is these two gorgeous breasts, okay? Now, a lot of times people slice them on the bias. Here's what I like to do. I like to cut them straight across, because then something really magical happens. Equal skin distribution, everybody, okay? It is an important fact in turkeys. Look at that. Beautiful succulent breast, but then every piece gets a little piece of that gorgeous skin. And we all know it tastes delicious, of course. And then we're gonna do it on the other side as well. Just like that. Take your knife, slide it right underneath, put it on the tray, just like that. Grab this big tray, and let's make it a little pretty. I mean, it is Thanksgiving. I've got some oranges, I've got some beautiful herbs, and what I like to do is use a lot of these for gorgeous aromatics. I think it's really nice to dress up your board. I think it's really nice to have some sage and some bay leaves and tuck all the greenery in. I love the green pops of color as well. And I think it's just much more festive overall for your holiday platters. Now, once you're done that, because we're actually using a brine that has some oranges in it, get some fresh citrus on here. Pop up the color a little bit more. And then the last thing, I think, honestly, if you're at my house right now, I'm gonna sprinkle with a little more of the Traeger rub, because I think it looks good and it adds that little pop at the end. And there you go, everybody. Completely cut up, gorgeous spatchcocked turkey. This is how you make delicious, amazing spatchcocked turkey. And if you want lots of great, amazing recipes just like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we put out great content like this all the time. We want you to make delicious food. Wood-fired goodness just brings people together. And of course, with this spatchcock recipe, you'll bring everybody to your table this Thanksgiving.